Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to my presentation. My name is Zhao, and today I'm gonna present this company, Nintendo, a very famous company of the game industry. So, due to the time limitation, the strategic marketing tools that I will analyze, and I will mainly mainly relate to the product. A product is either tangible or intangible, and it can be defined as a good or service or even an idea or brand. It is an important factor in the marketing mix and can be a company's most important assets. A product can be also broken into three levels, which are core, actual, and argumented. It is important to note that the core product is not the product itself and is not tangible. It is the basic benefits from gaining the actual product. So let's first move into the background. To many people, Nintendo is such a milestone for the video games and game consoles industry. Not surprisingly, over the past 31 years, Nintendo has sold hundreds of millions of games, more than any other companies. Starting out as a playing card company when it was first founded in 1889, later entered the video game industry in 1985. Nintendo has since become the leading manufacturer and distributor of video game software and hardware. Now it has sold more than 2 billion copies of game software, created many famous characters in the game history, such as Mario, Donkey Kong, Samus Aran, Kirby, Pikachu, and many classic games like The Legend of Zelda, the most famous game Pokemon, Metroid, Fire Emblem, and so on. So Nintendo is also producing and selling of game consoles, including Nintendo GameCube and the world's best-selling handheld game, the Game Boy ranges. And on I think it's on July 15 of 2016. You know what that was released. Nintendo shares broke for 76 billion yen, which is about 45 billion US dollars in a single day trading volume. So and it broke the record of the Tokyo Stock Exchange. Now I'm just gonna use the Porter's five forces to analyze the company. First, I think the intensity of competitive rivalry is medium, because due to the high rate of replacement in electronic products, the competition among game industries has been very fierce. For Nintendo, its unique marketing positioning let it stand on the leading position in the video and handheld game market. But the difference is that it's been changed by Sony and Microsoft in the video game market. In the handheld market, up to 60% of its market share has begun to create a monopoly. Sony and Apple are not aiming Nintendo at their core objective. And then bargaining power of suppliers. I think for this one, there's no pressure for Nintendo, so I think it's none, because Nintendo has full control of its industrial chain. The suppliers are mostly Nintendo's affiliate companies. Nobody expects Foxconn will bring any pressure on Nintendo, so I think it's none. And the third one, bargaining power of buyers, I think is very low, because the high market share means high customer satisfaction. At the same time, Nintendo's first-party games can ensure its brand's characteristic. Overall, Nintendo only has low pressure from customers. However, due to Nintendo's recent market positioning results in a low performances of the mainframe, it has made a small part of customers who pursue high performance of mainframe feels discontent. So to improve the product performance is a future trend of Nintendo's development. And the fourth one, threats of new entrants, I think is also very low, because as an oligopolistic market, the video game market has all the characteristics common oligopolistic market. The high barrier to entry is one of them. In fact, in the last 10 years, only two companies, which were Microsoft and Apple, with their strong brand effects, reached the market. Therefore, in the foreseeable future, new entrants will not be a great pressure to existing competitors into the video game market. Of course, for Nintendo too. Yeah. So, and the last one, the threats of substitutes. I think it's now it's medium, but it will be high in the future, because the only alternative to the game console is the computer. But because of the PC market itself has always faced a very intense competition, the market trend is versatility, and no company will just outstand the game performance of their products. So for now, PC market does not pose much of the threats. However, due to the presence of the simulator, so the high performance computer can absolutely simulate the game console. So the game console may be threatened by the PC in the future. This threat does not come from the manufacturer, but it will directly from the customers. And then I'm going to use SWOT analysis. I think the strength of the Nintendo is it has the support of its first-party games, high brand appeal, and an excellent company culture. It has good relationships with third-party game manufacturers. Its weaknesses are because the full control of the industrial chain makes Nintendo's production becomes inefficient. Market positioning results in low product performance. The opportunities could be in the increase. Nintendo can increase the output to the Chinese market, open up the South American market, and more cooperation with third-party vendors. Traditional games are threatened by the growing crisis. They have been developed to a crossroad. It's to follow the old routine or to innovate new technology products are the Nintendo's choice. And break out from the mobile terminal devices could be a good idea, I think. And the last is the threats. Product characteristics are easily copied by competitors. The short product life cycle leads to the continuous product upgrading. As an innovative company, frequent updating will bring the danger of innovation sluggishness. And the last one, I'm going to use the BCG matrix. So as you say, I divided it to the 4 parts. First, I think the cash cow, the Nintendo's current generation consoles, Wii and DS range can generally be classified as this part. As these consoles have the biggest share of the market, but the market is no longer growing as fast as it used to be. And one of the dogs of Nintendo will be the GBA range, including GBA, GBSP, and GB Macro. They are the predecessor of the Nintendo DS range. The sales and market share have dropped after the introduction of the latest versions of the DS range in that time. The question mark would be Nintendo DS XL, and I think there's also has the new Nintendo LL. I think I can't remember which. They are the new versions of the DS range that provides all of the features of Nintendo DS, but with bigger screens. It was released in November 2009, and its future is still not clear, as consumer could prefer expanding less on older versions that gives a similar experience. So purchasing a new version of DS XL is unnecessary, and it will be coming out. Or Nintendo could potentially replace the old models and let DS XL become a cash cow in the future. And last one, I think the stars of Nintendo can be demonstrated by some of Nintendo's video game software developed by its first-party studios, such as Wii Fit, which was the third highest-selling Wii game. So, well, I'm just gonna give some suggestions to Nintendo. First, I'm a big fan of Nintendo's products, and I have many of their games and game consoles. So I will just I think Nintendo should decide to go into product development. Could be in an attempt to extend the product life cycle of an existing product, or to introduce a new product onto the market. There will also be number of considerations that needs to be taken. The company could choose to either make modifications to an existing line, or to release a completely new product to replace the old one. For instance, if Nintendo want to extend the product lifecycle of just for example of its Pokemon game brand by boosting sales, the company would make a new release of another version of the existing games. Such move would not require a huge investment in product development, as the concept already exists and proven to be hugely successful, with a large base of loyal customers willing to get the latest version. So small changes such as packaging, improving the graphic to adapt to the latest console, and a small modification to the storyline would be sufficient enough to release another best-selling games onto the market. So after evaluating strategy, marketing tools, and applying them to Nintendo and its products, I believe that the best approach in managing and developing products or product portfolios is not make judgments and strategic decisions based on one or two tools and concepts, but to use a combination of them. Well, managing existing products using the tools discussed here, as well as extensive market research, Nintendo may decide to make modifications to its products or extend its line with the new products. Also, with the changing market conditions, Nintendo may find that it will need to change its strategic marketing approach over time in order to adapt and managing risks to effectively manage and develop individual products and product portfolios. So, okay, that's all. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.